Hello and welcome to Steve's Backyard Bonsai. Today is a sad day because I have to remove 8 of 10 larch trees that died in my larch forest. It's going to look pretty awful, but I hope to have a plan to fix it. This forest was growing so well. I was so looking forward to a nice peaceful growing season where these trees would really grow and start to look like a forest. These other trees, they look pretty good. They need pruning, but today's activity is going to be figuring out how to get these guys out of here. There's 8 of them that are dead. And yes, thank you to my viewers who said, please hang on, they may come back. I think you will agree, they're not coming back. So, best tool for the job could be my grandfather's artist's palette knife. I want to do this slowly, so I'm also going to try and take back the moss, which is growing beautifully. I can't tell you how sad this makes me. I'm peeling back the earth layer underneath, so it's just moss, or as close as possible. I'm going to want to put it back because I have to really think about this one for a while. Okay. So we're going to try and work on these 2 trees, and I apologize I don't have a turntable. All right, let me water this moss up and put it aside. All right, I have to be able to feel where the roots are, and I imagine they interconnected, but if I'm going to be ever planting anything in here again, I don't want roots. I want to be as careful as possible pulling these out. I'm not going to make you sit through that whole thing. The time-lapse mode is a very helpful tool, and you, my audience, are the beneficiaries of that tool. All right, it was developing into a nice root system. I can see where it went downhill, and as roots do when they go downhill, they grip the surface. This is a dead tree. Very, very sad day in Steve's backyard. Oh, all right. Well, we got 7 more to go. This is going to be a little hard to see in places because I don't have a turntable at the moment. I'm in the process of gluing a cutting board to it, about 18 inches, which will increase the surface area tremendously. And it will enhance the stability while on this movable table. So that's something I'm looking forward to. The glue is drying, otherwise I'd be doing it right now. You'll see it soon enough. Okay, so these are my surviving trees. They look good. They're steady in the pot. I've covered up whatever roots were sticking up that were from these trees. And now this will be a lot easier with a turntable. Pinching the ends. I'm just taking a little off of the base, and I'll take a little more off of the top. I might want to let that one grow. This one out to here. And I'm hoping for some buds lower down. Here's this long tweezers, which I don't think I've ever had anything better for reaching in the branches. Here's something from the oak trees. This goes off in a funny direction. I'm hoping I get something either extending here or a branch off of this. So I'm just going to prune this one back. I think I do need to go in with the scissors here. Try and get in between the needles. And I'm going back harder on the apex, because the apex is quite a bit more dominant in a larch tree. And I'm still going to go through this and try and eliminate some of these whorls. Very hard to do this right between the needles. And that's all I'm going to do on this one. Maybe I'll prune this guy back a little bit. And we go around the other side and get this tree. This is really bad. I don't want to lose that branch. And there really is no front to this. This isn't designed to walk around. But I'm going to take all of the new growth off of this. See what happens. I can dip into time lapse, that might help. right, so I am embarrassed to show you my larch cuttings. I have 8 of them, and coincidentally, 8 died, but these are so ridiculously small. Now, I put them in triagami pots to develop a flat root system, so let's see at least what has gone on there. And yes, I know this is a bad time to do this, but these are floundering in these little pots right now. And, well, I just want to get them into the planting and have them growing nicely. This was probably the nicest, biggest one, this being the next. And maybe, I don't know. No matter what, they're going to look funny in that planting, but what's a guy to do? So let me get them out of here, and we'll look at the roots. It won't be hard to get them out of here, at least that's a plus. What I don't know is if the root systems have developed evenly. And whether or not doing it at this time of year is going to kill them or not. There are some white tips indicating that they're active. That's the warning. You're not supposed to do that. But I kind of consider this an emergency. One, two, three. I can use these. This one's got a nice shape to it. Just trim that back. 4. And 5. All right, let me get those in a small amount of water. Not to wash them off, just to keep them wet. Root systems do develop nicely in these pots. And this one has a nice flat root system. I'm not going to cut any roots away and make this a prominent tree in the planting. Yes. This one's a little crazy. But a pretty flat root system also. I think I used every shape of pot. No. Be very delicate with these roots. All right, let me clean up, bring the other planting back in, and maybe we can do this. So you've seen the stock that I have. I'm just going to pull out some more of this old soil, and I'm going to be planting those in new soil. I'm going to try not to disturb the roots of the two living trees much, or at all. And if I plant a tree between these, which I think I'm going to have to, it's going to be the one with the most meager roots. Kind of put it along the highway line. And put this with the other moss. This is such a bummer. Maybe not all the other trees go in here. All right, the first tree will go here. And I'm really trying hard not to disturb the root system. And I'm prepared for this to look ridiculous for a period of time. I'm gonna have to put rocks on this, which is what I did on the other ones. I always like to keep my trees straight up, especially in a forest planting. Got to try and keep track of where the roots are and get a couple of rocks on that. The existing trees are pretty straight from all angles. All right, let me pick another tree. Okay. Oh, you're hearing some rare reprimand. It's going to be a long time before these trees look good in this planting. I mean, really good. Let's get rocks on that one. I'll get some water on it first. Next tree. I think I have to cut some of these roots off. All right, let me go into fast motion for the rest of these. All right, I've got all the trees planted but 2, so that means instead of 10 trees, there are 8 here, which is okay with me. So now I'm going to prune up these trees. I'm going to take this whole long piece off in favor of the ones growing up. This is dead up to here. This doesn't need to be anywhere near this long. This doesn't need to be this long. And I'm going to shorten that. This tree's got some crazy stuff going on. I'm going to take this back to there, and this back to here. And we've got this tree. Take that back to there. That to there. It's got a crazy long branch down here. I'm going to take it way back. A section that grows up that I kind of like. I'm going to take this lower section right off. This section way back, and this piece I'll cut the tip off, and I'll leave the tip on. Cut that back to there. This tree those aren't aligned, so I'm going to leave them both. I'm just going to trim them back. And they've got a lot of catching up to do. This one in the middle. Take that lower branch back. This one back. There. I'm going to take this part off in favor of that part. I'm going to shorten that. Shorten that. These trees look terrible. As you can see, I got the turntable back running. It's better than ever. I stuck a little tree in between here. We'll see. I think I'll take this part off. And this part off. Larch is replanted. I think they're sturdy enough to put on the bench, and I'll water them up, and we'll let the season take care of them. All right. Thanks for keeping me company in my backyard.